State Explained, South Carolina. South Carolina is the 8th state to join the U.S. It is the 11th smallest but 23rd most populated state. South Carolina gets its name from Carolus, which means freeman, which was later adapted as Carl, and then Carl with a C, and then combined with Carol into Charles. The Lucky Chuck the state's named after is King Charles I of England. Despite being famous that everyone hates him, he named the state after himself. And no, North Carolina is not named after his son Charles II. It was just too big of a state, so they split it into two. It's known as the Palmetto State, which is like a small palm tree, which explains the flag. Capital is Columbia, but the largest city is Charleston. South Carolina is in
the Deep South.
And all Deep South stereotypes apply to it, but some unique stereotypes are mustard-based barbecue sauce and Myrtle Beach, which is one of the more popular beaches in the U.S. It's a little north of Charleston. At over 70% of the population, South Carolina is the 6th most religious state in the U.S., predominantly Southern Baptist and Evangelical Protestantism. South Carolina is one of the most notorious slave states in U.S. history, and was the very first state to leave the U.S. The bombardment of Fort Sumter, which started the U.S. Civil War, is located in South Carolina. And before this, South Carolina threatened to secede because of tariffs during the Andrew Jackson presidency. Politically, South Carolina is one of the most conservative states in the U.S. Last time they voted liberal was in 1976 for Jimmy Carter. Technically, there has been one president from South Carolina, Andrew Jackson, which is kind of funny that the state tried seceding during his presidency. But kind of not, because Andrew Jackson was born on the border between North and South Carolina. But we'll be generous and say he's from South, because if he was from North, then that would be 3 presidents from North and 0 from South. Some famous people from South Carolina include the legendary Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther himself, Dizzy Gillespie, the famous jazz guy, and the comedian Chris Rock. Some media taking place in South Carolina include parts of The Prince of Tides, and Swamp Thing was filmed there. But what do you guys think? Do you like South Carolina? Are you from there? Plan on visiting? Want to go to Myrtle Beach? Let me know in the comments below, especially if I forgot something.